Okay, several of you know that I have been working on my first, well, it's the third steeking project, but it's the first one that's gotten far enough to actually do the steek process. A steek process is when you knit something in a round that you want to later cut open and make into a cardigan or make sleeve holes and such, which what I have done is knitted this design in a round because it's much easier to knit in a round, especially when doing color work. And then what I did was knitted extra stitches up through the center here where I'm going to felt them together and then cut it open. And then I'll pick up stitches and work the lapel, the buttonhole parts on it there that it can close again. But I decreased stitches as I got toward the top for the V-neck opening. And I also created steeks where the armholes will go. And then once those are cut open, the top parts will be sewed together to make the armhole. I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to do this. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. No, it's a lot nerve-wracking because I've never done this before. But I have my big piece of foam that I'm going to stick inside the sweater so I don't felt it to the back side of the sweater. I have my blocking pins here that I've got something hanging on there, be able to block the stitches apart so I can only felt the ones that I want to felt. And I have a multi-needle felting tool that will grab the little fibers and mat them together so that when I cut it, it stays together. It doesn't fall apart. There are different sizes of these needles. I think these are the fine ones. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to switch them out or not. This is a 55% baby alpaca and 45% merino wool, and so it should felt pretty nice. Okay, here I have my sweater blocked, and I'm ready to start felting this. It's not blocked, it's using the blocking pins, but it's pulled apart so that all these extra stitches that I did here in the center. Now, some people say that you only need to do like 2 or 3 extra stitches there. I did 6. You know, part of it's first time, a little nervous about it, but I just wanted to make sure I had plenty to work with. And so I am going to start this felting process. Now, as you can hear, as I push this in, it's starting to mat these stitches all together. And I just broke some needles because I hit the plastic. I'm going to switch out to bigger needles. Okay, I switched out to some larger needles, and I'm just going to keep on. I'm going to need 2 hands to do this, so I probably won't be able to record it, but I'm just going to keep working this, and I'll show you once it's felted a little bit what it looks like. It doesn't really change. I mean, it changes appearances some, but the biggest thing will be that the stitches won't come apart as much. Okay, I felted this first section and I removed my pins that were holding it, and it really was stuck fast to my mat, but it doesn't look real different on the top. But when you look underneath, you can see that these stitches are all fuzzed and matted together, and that the threads are not gonna let loose of each other very quickly. And so now I'm going to move it down and do the top part of this, and then we'll see how it goes. We'll update. Okay, I have now felted this top portion, and I'm going to take out my blocking pins that held my good stitches out of the way so I wouldn't felt them. I want to show you how this is stuck fast. Now, you see when I go to pull this, it doesn't want to, it really has all these fibers pushed down into that felt and into that sponge. And so this really locked them in, is what locked the stitches together. So now I know that some people say after they felt it, they take a sewing machine and they go zigzagging up and down it really good. A lot of people say that is not necessary. It's just more for the creator's peace of mind. And I've decided that I'm going to trust them and try and cut this without that. So I have this center seam the whole way felted. Let me Double check. Yep, I can feel all that fuzz on the back there. And I'm going to start cutting it. Now down here at the bottom, I purled the stitches all the way up here, but down at the bottom, when I started, I just did a knit in a big wide block and didn't start purling them until I was part way up. And then I decided to do the purl. But yeah, here we go. We are turning this into a cardigan now. Oh, my heart is pounding so bad. It is a little bit nerve-wracking because if this messes up, then I have nothing for my husband to wear in this fashion show. Although I don't think he will complain. I would hate to see all this work go to waste. But I can tell that it's really quite thick on this fabric here. Now, if you see that, all those are felted and they are holding together. So now I'm ready to go in here where the good stitches are, pick up that row. This will get tacked back on the inside and start my band that goes up the side. Well, first I have to do the armholes and get the seams done at the top, but then it'll be ready to go. I am ready to cut this arm steek. Now you can see the arm steeks only go down part way, and I won't cut all the way to the bottom. I'll leave a few stitches there, and then that will fold down underneath on the inside. But they will just create an armhole opening that will fasten the sleeve onto it then. Okay, there, once again, they're really felted on this side, and they're holding fine. The next step then is to fold this cut steeked part, the felted one, the cut edge, down, and then tack it down. You want to be sure that your needle stitches are not showing on the other side, but that it's holding this edge down tightly.
Up next is Oscar. He is modeling a shawl-colored collared vest with colorwork details in gazelle, baby alpaca, pure colors yarn. This yarn is 55% baby alpaca and 45% merino